In the years following the Civil War, the United States entered one of the most turbulent chapters in its history, Reconstruction. For a brief moment, formerly enslaved African Americans gained political power, exercised their voting rights, and helped shape new state governments across the South. But that progress sparked violent backlash.
This is African American History is American History.
The Redshirts were a white supremacist paramilitary organization that emerged in Mississippi in 1875 and South Carolina in 1876 as part of the broader Redemption movement, a campaign dedicated to restoring white democratic control and dismantling Reconstruction. Operating as the militant arm of the Democratic Party, the Redshirts employed organized political violence through what became known as the Redshirts Battle Plan. Members monitored polling places, blocked black voters from casting ballots, intimidated Republican supporters, and used lynchings, beatings, and public displays of force to suppress opposition. Their campaign of racial terrorism proved devastatingly effective.
This is African American History is American History.
The Redshirts didn't merely help end Reconstruction. They helped lay the foundation for the Jim Crow era that followed. In 1876, when former Confederate General Wade Hampton ran for governor of South Carolina, a white supremacist paramilitary terrorist group known as the Redshirts worked to influence the election. They terrorized black Southern Carolinians. This included outright massacres of African Americans at Ellington and Hamburg. Republican Governor Daniel Chamberlain requested federal military assistance from President Ulysses S. Grant, but Grant declined for fear it would push voters away from the party on Election Day. Daniel Chamberlain would be the last Republican governor of South Carolina until 1974. The Redshirts were what we today would call a white nationalist militia group. They used force to discourage political participation and suppress the exercise of fundamental rights. Critics of modern immigration enforcement argue that aggressive raids, detentions, and deportation operations also discourage civic engagement and create a climate of fear within targeted communities. The uniforms may change, the laws may change, but throughout American history, powerful institutions have repeatedly discovered that fear can be as effective as force. The Redshirts understood that lesson in 1876. History may not repeat itself, but it often echoes. The question is whether communities living under the constant threat of enforcement experience similar forms of fear, intimidation, and political exclusion today. And if they do, what lessons should we draw from the past?
This has been African American History is American History. I'm Harlan Kearsley, and on behalf of everyone involved with African American History is American History, thank you for listening. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Once you do, you'll be notified as soon as new episodes are posted. Thanks again, and please stay safe. African American History is American History. Copyright H.C. Kearsley, 2026.